Hey there, welcome to Take Break. Today we're opening a vault of old stories that still whisper to us, and you won't want to miss what's inside. The Brothers Grimm collected more than 200 folk tales, turning village whispers into a single, gigantic anthology. All that treasure lives online thanks to Project Gutenberg, which digitized the original volumes so anyone can read them for free. We'll use the Grimm Index as our roadmap, hopping from title to title like markers on a storm-tossed trail. First stop, the fairy tale section, where magic, mischief, and morals all mingle together. Among the first entries lies The Golden Bird, a quest for a shimmering feather that will set the adventure rolling. Our next tale follows Hans, a carefree lad who decides to trade his modest fortune for a series of odd bargains. Each exchange leaves him lighter, but somehow happier, as he discovers that luck isn't measured in gold. The story shows how a simple heart can find contentment in the most unexpected ways. In a distant kingdom, Sister Jorinda and her brave brother Jorindel set out to rescue a loved one from a dark enchantment. Their courage is tested by riddles and shadows, but their bond proves stronger than any spell. This legend reminds us that love and bravery can break even the deepest curses. For weary travelers, a donkey, a dog, a cat, and a rooster decide to leave their old lives behind and become musicians in the city. They plan to scare away the night watch and claim the house they find, hoping the night will finally give them a voice. Their clever teamwork turns a desperate escape into a triumphant song. The tale of the old sultan tells of a wise ruler whose kingdom is plagued by a mysterious traveler seeking a hidden treasure. The sultan tests the visitor with riddles and generosity, showing that true wealth lies in kindness, not gold. In the end, humility wins over pride, teaching a timeless lesson about leadership. A clever youth trades a piece of straw for a lump of coal, then swaps the coal for a magical bean that sprouts into a towering stalk reaching the clouds. He climbs it, discovers a giant's castle, and outwits the giant to claim riches for his family. The story shows that wit can turn the humblest of trades into great fortune. Finally, we meet Briar Rose, a princess cursed to fall into an endless sleep until a true love's kiss awakens her. Hidden away in a tower of thorns, she waits while time passes like the storm raging around her. When the kiss finally comes, the curse breaks and the land is bathed in light once more. A hungry dog snatches a sparrow, and the little bird pleads for its life, promising a tasty reward. The sparrow keeps its word, returning later with a bone that the dog gratefully claims, showing that a small act of mercy can bring a big payoff. 12 royal daughters hide a secret. Each night they slip through a hidden passage to a moonlit hall where they dance until dawn. Their worn slippers betray the mystery, and a clever soldier follows the trail, uncovering the enchanted ballroom beneath the castle. A humble fisherman catches a talking fish that grants wishes, but his wife's endless greed drives each request higher, from a modest cottage to a grand palace, then even to ruling the sea. In the end, the magic snaps back, leaving the couple exactly where they began. A tiny wren removes a thorn from a bear's paw, earning the giant's gratitude. When the bear later eyes the wren as a snack, the clever bird outsmarts the beast and escapes, proving size isn't everything. A proud princess scoffs at a talking frog until she reluctantly kisses him, breaking the spell and revealing a handsome prince. The story also mentions his loyal iron servant, who stands watch until the curse finally lifts. A clever mouse convinces a hungry cat to share its catch, promising a steady supply of food. The cat, however, devours the mouse, showing that some alliances are doomed from the start. In the Grimm collection, we meet the Goose Girl, a young maiden forced into servitude caring for a flock of geese. Though her masters treat her cruelly, her kindness earns her a magical reward that restores her true identity. The tale of Chanticleer and Partlet tells of a clever rooster who outwits a cunning fox, with his faithful hen Partlet by his side. Their clever banter becomes the key to escaping danger. Rapunzel's story begins when a jealous witch locks the girl with hair like sunlight in a tower, only to be visited by a brave prince who hears her song. Their secret meetings set a chain of daring rescues in motion. The legend of Fundevogel speaks of a golden bird that grants wishes to the pure of heart, leading a humble hunter on a quest across perilous lands. Its shimmering presence becomes the beacon of hope in the darkest night. The valiant little tailor boasts of his cleverness after killing 7 flies with a single blow, and his bragging sends him on an adventure to outwit giants and win a kingdom. His quick wit proves sharper than any sword. Hansel and Gretel, siblings abandoned in the woods, stumble upon a witch's candy house, where their wits and courage turn a sweet trap into their salvation. Together they outsmart the witch and find their way home. In this quirky tale, a mouse, a bird, and a sausage set out together to find a new home. Their journey quickly turns into a comedy of clashing personalities, each insisting on its own way of traveling. It's a reminder that even the oddest companions can spark conflict. The story of Mother Holly tells of an old woman who lives high in the clouds, shaking her bedding to make it snow on earth. Those who work for her are rewarded with riches, while the lazy receive nothing but ash. It's a classic lesson about hard work and generosity. Little Red Cap sets off to deliver food to her sick grandmother, unaware that a wolf watches her every step. The wolf tricks her, reaches the cottage first, and pretends to be the grandmother. The tale warns us to stay alert and trust our instincts. The robber bridegroom spins a dark romance where a bride discovers her fiancé's murderous past. She follows him into a forest, uncovers a hidden cellar of bodies, and outwits him with clever tricks. The story flips the typical fairy tale romance on its head. Tom Thumb, the tiniest of boys, is born so small he can hide in a walnut shell. Though his size is a disadvantage, his quick wit and daring help him survive giants, wolves, and even a circus. He proves that courage isn't measured in height. Rumpelstiltskin is the mysterious imp who spins straw into gold for a desperate miller's daughter. He demands her firstborn child as payment, but she can keep it if she guesses his name. The tale hinges on a clever trick that reveals the power of knowledge. Here comes Gretel, the clever heroine who outsmarts the witch with her quick wits. In this tale, she trades bravery for a chance to free herself and her sister. The story shows how cleverness can be a brighter fire than any curse. The next story follows an old man and his grandson, a pair bound by love and a shared hunger. Their simple kindness leads them into a magical bargain that tests their generosity. It's a reminder that humility can open doors even in the harshest storms. Frederick, the little peasant, is a boy whose clever tricks outwit a greedy giant. By turning the giant's own pride against him, he secures a future for his family. The tale celebrates brains over brawn in a world that often favors the strong. The snowdrop tale whispers of a fragile blossom that survives the coldest night. In the story, the tiny flower becomes a symbol of hope that refuses to be buried by frost. Even the harshest storms can't crush a spirit that keeps reaching for the light. Enter Pink Clever Elsie, a girl whose bright dress matches her bright mind. She outwits a greedy merchant by turning his own tricks back on him. Her story shows that wit can be the sharpest weapon, even when the sky roars. The miser in the bush hoards his wealth, fearing loss more than the howling gale. When the storm forces him to share, he learns that greed leaves you empty even when the world is full. It's a stark lesson that generosity outweighs any treasure. In this tale, the mistreated stepdaughter, Ashpoodle, is forced to labor while her cruel sisters flaunt fine gowns. A mysterious lady of the forest gifts her a magical dress and a glittering shoe, but the night ends with the shoe left behind. The prince's search for the owner sets the stage for her rise from ashes to royalty. The legend tells of a white snake that appears at a royal banquet, offering a promise of wealth to anyone who can keep it secret. A curious prince accepts, only to discover the snake transforms into a beautiful woman at night, binding his fate to hers. Their love is tested by jealousy and a forbidden wish. A hungry wolf tricks the mother goat into opening the door, then devours 6 of her kids while the youngest hides safely inside a clock. The mother returns, discovers the tragedy, and together they devise a clever trap that finally outwits the beast. Justice is served as the wolf meets a grim end. In the queen bee story, a humble shepherd discovers a hidden hive and steals a single golden drop of honey. The bee queen, furious, curses him, but later offers a chance at redemption if he proves his humility. Through self-sacrifice, he earns her favor, and the hive's riches flow to the village. An impoverished shoemaker leaves his workshop each night with unfinished shoes, only to find them perfectly completed by unseen helpers. The next morning, tiny elves reveal themselves, thanking him for his kindness and gifting him a sack of gold. Their secret labor lifts the shoemaker and his wife out of poverty. The juniper tree fable recounts a tragic betrayal where a brother murders his sibling and buries him beneath a juniper. From the burial spot sprouts a twisted tree that mourns with bitter sap, eventually revealing the crime to the grieving mother. The truth brings justice, and the tree's sorrowful song fades with the sunrise. One of the Grimm gems is the tale of the magical turnip that grew beyond imagination, so huge that even a giant needed a whole village to pull it out. It's a wild reminder that ordinary things can become extraordinary under the right circumstances. We close our journey with the story of the blue light, where a humble soldier discovers a luminous stone that summons a powerful dwarf to grant his wishes. The tale shines a bright thread through the Grimm tapestry, showing how courage can light the darkest night. That's a wrap for today's glimpse into Grimm's treasure chest. Stay tuned. Next episode, we'll keep turning the index, unveiling more timeless stories from the collection. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Take Break, turn on notifications, and share it with a friend who loves a good story.